Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing The Legend of Korra. This is Book 3, Chapter 6, titled Old Wounds. And that title fits in pretty well with what's going on at the moment. I have a feeling that we're going to dive into what really happened with the Beifong family. Why is Lin so sad? What's really going on there? Quite curious about it. And we haven't watched any new episodes in just a little while, at least.
2 weeks or something.
Yeah. I know, like, if you're watching this on YouTube, then they're just gonna come out regularly every week. But for us right now, in real time or when we're filming this, we haven't watched any new episodes for a little while. So it's gonna be really good to get back into things. And I think we're just going to do so, right now. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for some of the shows that we're doing, including The Legend of Korra, where we are several episodes ahead. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. All right, here we go. That city is just something else.
I'm sure Lin would be a horrible teacher. As the Avatar, you should have mastery over all the elements. I'd be happy to show you the basics.
Really? That would be great.
You should try it too.
Nah. I'm more of an Earth guy.
Well, let me know if you change your mind.
Magnets. He made a fucking suit.
Yep.
It worked! Julie, mark it down. Magnet suit test successful.
What are you, fucking Iron Man all of a sudden?
On to phase 2. Julie cleans up this mess.
Aww.
Aww.
How many push-ups did you do last night? Because I did like 50.
What do you two think you're doing? Get back to work.
If you don't deal with your repressed feelings, there will be severe consequences to your health. I know a great acupuncturist in town who will be able to help you.
Just try it out.
You still want to try to take out the president?
Oh shit.
No, he'll have to wait. We leave today.
Okay.
Also really curious about what they are planning. What's the goal? Besides getting rid of the Avatar and the White Lotus. And the President.
How many of those things are you gonna stick in me?
I'll be placing several needles on each of your acupoints. Your chi must be powerfully blocked. We're going to need more needles.
Oh no.
Acupuncture often taps into people's buried memories.
Buried memories.
Ooh.
Sue, stop! Get your hands off of me! You have so much potential. You're ruining your life. At least I have a life.
These meteorites are perfect for beginning metal benders. The metals have a unique property, making them easier to bend.
Oh, just like what Toph did. Is she gonna make the Nickelodeon logo as well?
I was just looking for Pabu. Pabu! He's on your shoulder. Oh, look, there you are. You know, I thought something was chewing on my ear. I'm probably gonna need to get a shot.
The only thing limiting you is your attitude.
You know, well, maybe I'll just stay and watch.
He wants to learn.
Yeah.
He's just afraid that he maybe won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I'm metal bending.
You made a bowl.
You picked that up really, really quick. Guess you're that 1 in 100.
Well, she is the Avatar.
Yeah. You think it's a sister?
Oh, looks like those two.
The friends. Yeah.
Yeah. And yep, the sister.
Yep.
Or Sue. Yep.
Leaving in the middle of a session could make you sick.
I'm done here.
Seems like she's already sick.
You owe Opal an apology for the way
You treated her last night. Are you okay? You don't look good. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
I'm not letting you get away with this.
Oh, what are you going to do, officer? Arrest me?
Yep.
Don't even think about taking one more step!
Oh, that's how she got the scar.
Oh.
I'm gonna need you to step out of the vehicle and open the back of the truck.
Hey, get back here!
I would run as well.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here!
Whoa. Their bending abilities are just fucking crazy.
Overpowered.
Oh boy, yeah.
Hey, Bolin!
Opal! Oh, wow. You really know how to sneak up on someone.
What are you doing?
Just thinking about my body and mustaches that I might have in the future.
What?
You're acting weird again.
Sorry.
I like that she's just calling him out on it.
I can't figure it out. I know that you want to go to the Northern Air Temple to train with Tenzin, but you haven't done it because you're afraid too.
You know what? You're right. I don't want to leave my family and disappoint my mom.
Look at us. Talking about our feelings, supporting each other.
It's nice.
Oh.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? And what were you thinking? You two have
Hey,
put
tough.
me in an impossible position. Sue, you need to leave the city as soon as possible. Lin, give me the arrest report.
So once again, Sue gets to do whatever she wants, and there are no consequences.
This is our only option.
Interesting.
I don't need to rest. I need to do something I should have done a long time ago.
What? Confront your sister or?
Try and put her in jail.
You're the first metal bending avatar.
Oh,
So,
Aang never learned?
I've been
Huh.
thinking, and I'd like to try to learn metal bending.
Let's get started.
Yep.
When we were in Mom's office that day, you could have taken responsibility for what you did, but instead you stayed quiet and let Mom throw her whole career away.
Mom didn't throw her career away. She retired the next year. She was a hero.
She was so guilt-ridden about what she did to protect you, she didn't feel worthy of her badge.
Look, I admit that I was not a perfect kid and I've made some mistakes in the past,
You
but...
think just because you live in a big fancy house and have a chef who cooks you fancy food that you're a different person? Maybe you can fool everyone else, but you can't fool me. I see right through you.
You're the one who hasn't changed. You're still a bitter loner who only cares about herself. No wonder Tenzin ended things with you years ago.
Maybe you shouldn't. Well, that's an interesting way to like try and work through your problems.
Should I stop them?
You don't have any siblings. Fighting is all part of the healing process.
Yeah.
I'm the same as Korra here. I don't have any siblings, so I I can't relate really. Oh no!
Oh no.
Actually, it looks
Yeah.
better now.
Stop it! Oh. Nice catch.
Yeah.
Who's gonna knock? But I just thought that
I'll do it.
Afraid to. Yeah, I get
Chief,
it.
you've been sleeping for 16 hours. Oh!
Good morning.
What
What?
happened?
What's this?
I call it the kale nutsko. It's a mixture of kale, coconut water, and walnuts.
Sounds healthy.
Not bad. Opal, don't go. Please, sit down. I want to talk to you.
So acupuncture and a little bit of fighting with the cis kind of
Look, I'm
helped
just not really comfortable
her.
talking about these kinds of things, and I think it would be a wonderful opportunity for you to train with the other airbenders at the Northern Air Temple.
There's a part of me that wants to go, but I don't want to upset my mom.
All I wanted to do was please my mother. I became a police chief because I thought it would make her happy, but it didn't. You need to make decisions based on what you want. Don't make the same mistakes I did.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We forgot the tissues again.
Yeah.
Mom gave us too much freedom, but I feel like I've made the mistake of giving Opal too little. I'm sorry I gave you such a hard time when we were younger. Mako told me that you're an excellent police chief. Republic City is lucky to have you. I know Mom is proud. Can we move on? I'd love for you to be a part of my life again. There's plenty of space for you in the house, and the kids would love having their aunt around. I do need a co-director for my new dance performance.
Whoa, slow down.
Slow down.
How about to show up at your house and attack you again? Deal.
That's a start.
Yeah.
Well, that was really nice.
Yeah.
We should have grabbed one of those cops. Maybe they know something about where the Avatar is hiding.
She's with the Metal Clan.
How the...
What the hell? This dude.
This fucking dude. Okay, yeah. So still just going after the Avatar. That's priority numero uno. And that was chapter 6, Old Wounds, and we were very much right about what this episode was going to be about. Full-on deep dive into the past of the Beifong family, or like more in particular the Beifong sisters, Sue and Lin, and what actually went wrong there, and that particular situation as well, where Lin even got her scar, so we found out about that, and the dilemma that they kind of put Toph in as a police chief, where it was like, okay, I can't have a daughter in jail, and what to do about the whole situation. And yeah, Lin was really suffering a lot from like those repressed feelings and memories, and she just got it all out in this episode. Really did. And I was surprised at how impactful that whole process really was. It certainly helped out. She just needed that acupuncture and then a little fight with the sis. And she seems like a whole new person now. Even like she looks different. I'm sure there's still some stuff to talk about and work out, but
yeah, there's a whole lot of things.
Whole lot, but now they've started that process and they're kind of mending the fences. And she even had a talk with Opal and apologized for snapping at her, and it was just it was really nice the way that things turned out, and getting some metal bending teaching between some of that stuff. But yeah, it felt like the episode was just over like that, like many of them do. It feels like 5 minutes and then that's it. But yeah, what did you think about the whole thing?
Well, I grew up with a sister as well, so I definitely know the feeling. Well, we've never fought this bad, I would say. It's not like we've ever like thrown
rocks and metal at each other.
No. Not really, no.
No, not like that.
So yeah, well, there'll always be certain things that you will struggle with, like feeling inferior
to your sister,
or your sibling,
yeah.
Your parents. There will always be stuff like that in like a family dynamic.
Yeah, pleasing the parents as well, or in this case, pleasing the parent. Trying to do things to make them proud, and maybe that's like you should go about things, or you should more like focus more on, okay, what do you want? Like that was some really good advice that Lin gave Opal, and that also made Sue realize that, okay, because our mom gave us so much freedom, I've been doing quite the opposite with my children, and maybe I should let up on that a little bit. And it's finding that the right balance of, giving good and sage advice and trying to guide your children without like holding them down.
Or just put up some expectations where it's like you're putting up expectations or you're trying to put down your kids on the path like you would want them to be on, instead of like let them choose for themselves. For example, if I don't know how many parents are doing that, but I think certain parents have this idea of who they think their kids should be, and sometimes it's like they want what didn't happen for them to happen for the kids. So the type of parent where it's like, I was a failed musician, for example, so you have to be a successful musician,
or I was a failed
something,
model or something
something
to
like that,
Yeah,
and then it's just like a failed act or whatever, and then the kids are forced into a career or something that they don't necessarily want.
yeah. Or like the thing that you also often see, like I'm sure in real life, but also in movies and television series where the one of the parents or both of the parents, they used to, like, they own some sort of a business, or they have a farm or something, and it's like, no, I want you to stay here and you are to inherit this thing, and continue that line of like, we are only farmers or we're only tailors or whatever it is. But no, you should let your kids choose their own path, but then as I said, like, just try to guide them and also let them make their own mistakes, but tell them like what you learned when you were growing up, and what sort of mistakes you made. And it's we're not parents yet, so it's easy for us to just sit here and talk about how we think parents should be and how we think that children should be treated. I'm sure we're gonna find out how difficult that really is at some point, but yeah, it's something that we all can relate to, at least, even if you have siblings or not.
We all have parents, so we all know how, like, we can all relate to the fact of like having parents. Well,
parents or guardians, depending on
someone who's
raising you.
Yeah, exactly. We have people who raise us, and like especially with parents, is like, we all, as I said, we all have specific family dynamics, and
and it's just, I think, at least with parents, it's them realizing that they don't have all the answers. That's a good thing, at least in my mind, that like everybody makes mistakes, and it's not like the parents have all the answers, and it's just like, you should do this and you should live life like this, do what I say and you'll be just fine. Just let them figure it out on their own.
Yeah, and I think it actually shapes us a lot as a person. Having siblings, it's for example, I believe that the
hierarchy, or
no, like the amount of siblings you have.
Oh, okay.
Decides a lot more about you as not decides, but it tells a lot more about a person than, for example, what zodiac you're born in or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It says a lot more about you as a person.
It's a bit more real in a sense.
Yeah, like don't you have those friends where you're like, you can point out and say without necessarily knowing how many siblings they have, and you're like, you're the you're the younger sibling,
or the oldest, or you're the middle child,
yeah, exactly, or you're a lone child, right?
yeah. I got that a lot. It was not that I was necessarily like really spoiled or something like that, just a little bit maybe, but growing up, it was maybe easy for some people to see, and for my friends to see that, oh yeah, you're only child, aren't you? You don't have to contend with having siblings and try to fight for attention or anything like that. I was just used to, I was the only one there for a long while. I do have stepsisters, and that was a process for me. And in the beginning, it was just, it was nice. It was cool to have some other kids there, even though they're like 3 and 4 years younger than me. But then at some point, I started to not rebel, but I just started feeling like really not sure of myself, and I felt like I didn't fit in anymore, because all of a sudden I wasn't the only kid there. And it's not because I was like, no, I wanted that, and why are they getting all the attention? It just felt weird because I was used to growing up in a certain way. But thankfully, of course, I got used to it, and I love them now, like they're my real sisters. So it's like it's no issue. But for the first many years of my life, I grew up without having any of that. But yeah, family dynamics. We can all definitely relate to that. And let me just see, because I think there's at least one comment here on Patreon, and I think it has something to do with that whole thing. So before we move on, yeah, just one comment this time from Austin D. Do you think Lin was wrong to hold a grudge for this long? Or do you think Suyin expected too much from her after she permanently scarred her face? Was either of them right? Also, fun fact, young Suyin is voiced by Michaela Murphy, the voice of Tough. Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Oh, I couldn't hear that. Like, I definitely heard the voice, and it was a very young and maybe a little bit of a squeaky voice, but she's just a talented voice actress. So she's good at doing a lot of different voices. That's a neat little piece of information there. Yeah, fun fact. But no, I don't necessarily think any of them was right per se. I can certainly see, just from with Lin, from where she's standing, where she stood at the time when she was becoming a police officer, and she's supposed to, like, she can't treat her family in a different way when they break the law. So I understand her being like, no, even though you're just the getaway driver for these guys, you still broke the law. I have to take you in.
Mm-hmm.
That's not all right. And I can also see, from Sue's perspective that, she was young and like a bit rebellious, like many are, and especially like her own mom. Like their own mom was quite rebellious at a stage in her life. But what she did was wrong, but you can see where they're coming from, and you can also see how that was quite the difficult decision for Tough to make at that point. And I'm curious as to if what Sue said is right, that she just resigned because that was it and she got the hero's treatment, or what Lin said is that more what happened, that she kind of did it in disgrace and she felt bad for making that decision and just sending her daughter away instead of treating her like she would treat anyone else who broke the law. I guess we won't really know unless we hear it from Tough, and they keep talking about her like she's still alive. Sorry, I'm just going on and on and on. But yeah, what do you think about that whole thing? Was anyone more or less?
No,
like,
I think
right
they were
about
both not entirely wrong, but they were both a bit too stubborn to hold a grudge for that long.
Oh,
and yeah, well, of course, I did not grow up in that family, so I wouldn't know. We don't know much. So what we've seen it from both of their perspectives, and I definitely I do see it from both of their points, point of views. Like I see, because I'm both of them.
Yeah.
I'm both Lin and Suyin.
Suyin.
Yeah, I'm both of them. Because I was very rebellious as a kid, as myself. Not that my parents were authorities in that regard, but I was very rebellious.
In a way, they're teachers, so
yeah, but not like that. Not like
not police chiefs.
It's not the same thing. No. If I were being a rascal, then if it was,
and you didn't break the law, in that way.
Not that like that. No. So it's just, but if I had some outstanding beef from back then with someone, I would be very sad if they still believed I was the exact same person, even though I've been through a lot, and I've been shaped a lot from all the things I've been through. I'm still kind of the same person, but not really, because I've been shaped and molded during the course of my life and since then. So I would feel it was very unfair for someone else to say you're exactly like you were like
Back then,
It's
yeah,
like
you haven't changed.
You haven't changed. That would be like, well, you don't know because you haven't seen me for 30 years. Or
Yeah, you haven't been here
half
yet.
of
Yeah,
it.
in that case, yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely see how Suyin is very hurt by being told that, hey, you cannot change and you haven't changed, and you talk about all this change and giving people second chances, and well, you're the exact same, or I don't know, and
yeah, the only thing Lin was seeing was just her wealth, and just her position in life, and didn't see her as the person she had become or has become. And that can definitely be really hurtful. She also then said something hurtful to Lin, and yeah, Lin is very, very, very stubborn. But I'm sure she has also, like, she's also changed a bit, like from what she was back then. Maybe not as much as Sue. It seems like, because Sue is way more of a wise matriarch now, and not not a young rebel who's breaking the law. And Lin is kind of still in the same position in life where she's trying to uphold the law, and yeah, she's the police chief now.
I'm also a little bit like Lin,
Mm.
because I'm very strict right now. Like I want people to follow a set of rules. We all have to uphold the rules because the rules are there for a reason, and laws and stuff. So I think I can, in a way, I can understand Lin in a way that she's fighting so hard for, people trying to adhere to the rules, and then her sister is not adhering to the rules, and then she just gets away with it with having like no consequences. And I think it hurts because it really contradicts her, because she's like, you have to suffer the consequences of your actions, because sometimes it can be a little bit hard to adhere to the rules, because you're like,
yeah, definitely.
why do I have to?
Yeah, the rules don't make sense to you, or yeah.
We all have that inner rebel that says, you're not my real mom,
yeah.
So maybe it's a little bit like her constantly trying to make people suffer the consequences, and then her sister is not suffering from them. Like it's such a contradictory feeling.
Yeah, and then you look at where Sue is now. Like, not only did she not, didn't face any consequences from what she did back then, and how she scarred Lin both like inside and like physically in the fucking face. She's also extremely wealthy now. She has her own city. She has a big family. People adore her. Everybody loves her. And it's just like, that is not fucking fair. You're even talking to mom. Like, you're doing all of these things. And that's, that's where the stubbornness comes in again, where it's like, I'm not gonna embrace you or talk to you before I feel like you have sort of faced the music, or you've faced the consequences of your actions. And trying to let go of that can definitely be a difficult thing, especially if she's been walking around with that feeling for about 30 years.
It's festering. But then there are some realizations towards the end, like how they were both kind of, or at least how Suyin was kind of, she was being a bit of a brat as a kid, and she admitted that and said, I haven't always been easy. No, and it has not been easy for you, and I'm sorry. And then Lin was just thinking a little bit about it and slept on it
for about 16 hours
or
something. Yeah, good long sleep.
And then I think they both realized, well, they were not their mother.
Yeah, and they can't keep just going on like this. They have to do something about it. They have to start talking about it. Otherwise, it's never gonna get any. It's never gonna get any better between them. So yeah, it's a good start. And Lin is not just gonna stay there and with the family necessarily, and just be the nice aunt that they always wanted, and that's help with the dance recitals and all of that stuff that Sue offered her. But they've started that path there, as we already said. But other than the whole Beifong and the sisters, what went down there, we had Korra and now also maybe Bolin learning some metal bending. It's about time. We got the information that Korra is apparently the first avatar who's gonna be able to metal bend. Curious about why Aang never learned it, or maybe he couldn't. Toph tried to teach him how to do it, but maybe they're gonna tell us about that. And then Opal, she's probably gonna go to the Northern Air Temple and train airbending with Tencent, which is something that she really wants to do. She just didn't want to disappoint her mother, but then she had that good talk with Lin.
Mm-hmm.
And over in Republic City, we have Sahir and that group there, talking about something with taking out the president, but no, not right now. It like seems like they're just focused on getting rid of the Avatar, but they were trying to figure out where she is, and then Sahir just meditated on it, and now they know that she's with the Metal Clan. So I guess what they've been telling us for like the past couple of episodes, like, with the city, if it's like we're gonna find out if it really is the safest city in the world.
Because they keep saying it.
They keep saying it, and I had a feeling that okay, that's gonna come to a test when Sahir and the others show up, and with their very overpowered bending abilities, as you called them.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff they can do. But do you have anything else you want to add to this one? Nope. All right. Then that's going to do it for this reaction and review of The Legend of Korra, Book 3, Chapter 6, Old Wounds. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.